Previously on the Infinite Podcast.
Because Manome, hey, as a man, you are posted. Hey.
You reject to see if their pursuit is actually.
As a guy, a lady will love you or like you for the value you don't provide. So if you're not able to provide any value one or another,
It's so funny how it's always the guys who feel like women are coming for them for well digging as ones who have like the least value.
welcome, it's your boy Dino
And you got Shiru.
and this is the Infinite Podcast. I hope you're not giving men relationship advice.
I'm explaining my point.
I've asked you a question. I hope you're not giving men relationship advice from books. Are you?
I will never agree nor deny.
So you are.
I said I will never agree.
There's a man out there who's gotten advice from you. I think I've said this before. I've said it. You cannot ask a fish how to catch a fish. A fisherman can never ask a fish how to catch a fish.
But in this perspective, it's that you can't get all your advice on relationships from guys.
You can. They've most likely gone through the same thing.
It's okay, but not all of it works. Most of it goes downhill.
No.
Yeah.
I think it works.
Either way, I don't discourage guys asking women how to actually go about a situation.
I'll discourage it.
But not discourage it. Honestly.
We have discouraged you.
Yes.
I've discouraged you.
Him. That's him.
We've discouraged you.
There's no
what? There's no what, you know?
Please. All I'm saying is that I don't discourage. I actually do advocate for it because some guys are so clueless and the guys are not helping in the situation. Like I said, some of your homies are not helping you in this youthful and very young kiddo. Okay, I sound so old. These early relationships we're having at this hour, at this time or our age, none of them are benefit. Like none of their advice is like if you know your whole friend group as guys, you want to be Malaya. But yeah, you want to be Malaya. Who is helping the other? Who will save the
I've argued this before, but I don't think a man can be a whole. Simple.
And that's okay. I beg to you, but we're not gonna get into that.
Won't get to that's changing topics. Anyway, so continuation. I was talking about masculinity before you interrupted.
Gracefully.
Better yourself each and every single day, both physically, mentally. People ask, how do I better myself mentally? Read a book, okay.
Go for a walk. Listen
to a podcast. Learn more information. This will help with your communication. And one of the ways to better as a man is to learn to communicate. We literally went through this last episode. But to help with your communication, it will help with your speech, in fact. And the more you learn more, the more you what? The more you learn, I want to say the more you take in, but that's just a pause of this statement.
The more you take in,
the more you... Why does it have to be like this? Anyway, she's right. The more you take in, the more you learn. The more information you take in, the more you learn. Yeah, thank you. I was looking for that word. Anyway. But on masculinity, just remember to better yourself each and every single day you wake up. The only person you're fighting against is the person you were yesterday.
Yeah,
that's your biggest enemy. In fact, if you want more motivation, imagine yourself doing the things you should be doing. That should motivate you.
One thing I remember, I used to have a book for quotes in high school, and one of them was when you compare your let's say goals and achievements with other people, you become more disappointed in yourself. But if you put your ambitions with your past and what you want to go with in the future, you get more motivated to become a better person for you and not for what other people want to see you. Like you in comparison to other people.
So guys, number one, be proud of yourself. Believe that anything you want to do or say is possible. Remember that everything you say will come to life. And dream big, guys. The only thing that limits you is your imagination. I know that's a very cliche statement, but it is generally the only thing that limits you.
And fear causes more failure than trying.
Actually, yeah. You're better off failing and learning from that than fearing to even try and fail.
True.
Simple. But that's on masculinity. We're gonna go into
Femininity. Yeah.
yeah, okay. Kindly bring us into the topic.
So I will do this. I will explain it how it was in the past and how we see how it's changed today.
Kindly, I'd like to hear your perspective on this.
I know, because you have something to offer, and okay, not offer, but question me, because clearly.
Something to face clearly. Kindly continue.
So on this matter, I feel like the subject was put with how cooking, let's say woman in the kitchen, cooking, cleaning, being a bearer of children, not being a bearer of children, but how you mother and your stature, which hasn't changed really, but on today it's that women don't want to be in the kitchen, they want to be out grinding like the guys. Keep them shut.
Continue, please.
That we want to be out here grinding and all like the guys, and cooking, cleaning
isn't for you.
Yeah, cause as I've heard the whole thing that it should be a basic skill that you should know how to cook and clean. That's what I've heard. But clearly some of us didn't actually get it really struck upon, because clearly I can't cook and it's supposed to be a basic skill. So my survival skills are lower than everyone else, but at least I can swim. I know it's irrelevant, but still, you know, some basic skills that I know it's very diverting, but basic skills are cooking, swimming. Yeah, I don't know those two. I know, like there's a list somewhere. This is a list somewhere, but literally, if someone can't cook, let's just say the restaurants. But either way, that's moving away. But like I said, in relation to the topic of today, is that it's changed in that, yeah, women don't want to cook. We don't want to cook. It's just that we don't find it. That's okay.
Do all women want to cook?
No.
Or do all women not want to? If you look at it numbers wise, what majority of women don't want to cook?
Let's see. If you were to put it like statistically wise, maybe like
there's a majority of women out there, who want to cook more than ladies who don't want to cook.
Since they're older people than younger people, and older people are aligned with the previous alignment of femininity.
You're trying to say generation wise?
Yeah, generation wise. Generation wise, I would say that's gen, like 100% of it did cook. My generation, half of us can't cook.
Half of us. I've met over 300 plus ladies, and then we know 2 who can't cook.
I know one of them, but still, quarter of them, an 8, can't cook. I feel like it wasn't there. I don't know. It's just that you don't feel like cooking. Maybe I say that I have no desire to cook.
Okay, makes sense.
But I'm not opposed to not learning how to cook.
Yeah, at least that you're still willing to it, very open to it.
But not in the part of it relates to me to be a woman.
That's okay. I see where she's coming from. Though I will say this, I'll put it in terms like this.
Layman's language.
Number one, you've discussed ladies wanting to do more jobs. We can agree that ladies are more social than men.
Yeah.
That's why you find ladies going into teaching jobs, nursing jobs, or you find any job they do, you find that why do you think there are more ladies doing social media? Because they like to interact, because they like to understand and get to know people more. You all are very social creatures.
Yeah.
That's just biologically. That's the first thing I have to say on that. Now, what do you think about fighting your biological nature?
Fighting it?
Not fighting, but not taking in your biological nature. Do
elaborate.
If cooking, being able to communicate with people nicely, etc., and doing these basic skills are a part of nature, if you're fighting femininity, let's put these terms into femininity, right? If you're fighting femininity, does not mean that you're more masculine.
True. Okay, I will say that actually it is that, and it's, you see how you put the perspective of women are nurses, teachers, social media. But then again,
etc.
Okay.
High ranking jobs, etc. That's what you're going into.
etc.
Okay.
So I will say that of today, however, I would, yes, there are more women there, but today we have male nurses, we have male teachers. Again, we have women in the army, women in engineering, women in what society calls
whatever field,
whatever society used to refer as a man's occupation.
Okay.
A man's like a man.
Great point. Now, here's what I have to say. You're right. In fact, sorry, but you have said something. But very few ladies do get into such occupations. That's generally how it is statistically. So you find the few ladies that enter those occupations. That's a choice, guys. You can do whatever you want in this life. Feel free. But I would say this: you barely find ladies when it comes down to the hardship of life. You don't find ladies building. You don't find ladies taking that manual work, going Django, going side. You don't see ladies picking up the trash. Like generally, you don't see them going or working for the trash companies. You see, you guys want the jobs that are luxurious, but at the same time, what amount of effort are you going to put into that?
Okay, true, and not
which is okay.
It's something we did in a unit in terms of gender, in that it was really a controversial topic, in that people had diverse thoughts and opinions, and she gave the lecturer gave an example of I'm in a working site, construction site, and I want to give people different jobs or like chore duties to do. And she said, guys from Django and guys like the flag people, on the road. So she gives options, like the women actually want to come and do it in Django, none of them actually agree, but the men actually go for it. And then she gave again the thing for, if I gave you for 4 types of jobs: a nurse, a teacher, military, and what else you give? Military, and I think still Mjengo. And said, if like now raise your hands on what you want to be in. You get? So nurses, of course, many chiles are there, teachers, many chiles are there. Military, many of us actually raised our hands. We're more chiles than guys who raised our hands. And I'm like, hey, okay.
That says something about where.
What's not like, the thing is, it's not really going against your biology as a woman. Mm-hmm. It's just that the day to day, I have to wear the pants in some cases when guys are under delivering. Django, of course, I don't want to be in Django. No one, okay, I don't want to be in Django. And other ladies didn't raise their hand. And none of the other guys also raised their hand, like those no one wanted to be there. And I'm thinking so. But still, the thing is, it's not really fighting your biology, it's just that it's come to a place where, like I said, guys are under delivering, so you have to top it up for yourself. And I know he wants to say something on it. It's just that when it comes to a point where there's a lack of something that is needed, there's no other option but you take upon it, like you take it upon yourself. And that's when you find us doing now such as quote unquote masculine things. But literally you have pushed us to that corner of where now I have to do it for myself. Not that there's no man in question, it's just that at the moment there is literally no man in question for me to actually find worth and or value to actually put in what is missing.
All I heard is that guys are becoming more docile, and the more docile men become, the worse the society becomes. But at the same time, why do you think men are becoming more docile? For me, I'll tell you this. Notice how discussing femininity has brought us back to masculinity. It's how it is, but guys, we need each other one or another, but to some extent they need us as well. Ladies need us more, and that's the harsh reality of the world. See, the reason, as I was saying, the reason Men used to go and fight so that they can come back, be given a wife, get married, and get access to their wives. Simple. But then now the whole dynamic of the world has changed. Females have messed it up completely because
Okay, I wouldn't put the entire blame on us. It's both sided.
Both-sided.
It doesn't take one to tango, it takes two.
it takes two to tango, that's right. But men are becoming lazier because getting access to any woman out there is easy. What, 3,000 bob? And you can what? Meet anybody anywhere. It doesn't even make sense anymore. Social media has brought it into a way crazy aspect, and the world is becoming more and more degenerate as you continue to grow older. So the question is, if we used to do this 100 years ago, like 100, 200 years ago, yes, if we used to do this 200 years ago and it worked and the world wasn't what it is today, why is it that when we try and bring in a new aspect, and the aspect of men going out to war was there biblically, it was there everywhere.
Actually, no woman went to war in the Bible.
Exactly. Everywhere you check, it was always men sacrificing their lives for the sake of a woman and the children to stay home and be safe. Simple. So what's wrong with that? As a guy, yeah, you should get out, be the man you need to be, and work for the ladies. And you see, when ladies see that, they reciprocate the energy and they become more in tune with their feminine nature.
You actually respect the guy. That's one of the things, that's one of the key things that you see. Once a man, in his words, literally, because I don't want to repeat it, it's instant respect.
It's a matter of, in your masculine nature, you'll do that, and trust me, you'll attract someone extremely feminine into your life. But at the same time, this is now where it starts to change. As she said, the reason, I have to put on the shoes, is because men are starting to fail. They're starting to feel like this. You guys are becoming intrinsically lazy, you're becoming worse at what you do. And then females will see that. They notice that and they adjust.
Get discouraged. It's the whole reason. The whole question why are women still single to this day?
You find
why
the
are
reason.
People single? Same thing.
You find the reason most ladies are becoming dominant, etc., is because they're starting to see the lack of masculinity in this world. And when you start to see the lack of masculinity in this world, it's both-sided. Men don't want to become men anymore because they no longer see the value that women used to provide years ago. If you think about it,
really?
Actually, there's a statement that goes, our grandfathers worked, but they didn't have to work as hard as a man today. They worked to get a valuable woman, but then today we work so hard to get a woman that's not as valuable. Sorry to say, but it's both-sided. Ladies, if you continue to lose your value as early as you're losing your value,
okay, true.
Trust me, both-sided, it crashes. Ladies lose their value early. Men no longer feel the importance of wanting to build themselves. Because guess what? You're going to be someone who everyone else has been with, and that's just the worst part about promiscuity.
And that's both-sided, not just on one part, both-sided.
Depends. Why do you say that both-sided?
I say that both-sided because it's not like we sleep with men. The people who you're calling promiscuous in direction to it being females, maybe, not females, ladies, I will say this, as you call females, stop saying females, as you call ladies promiscuous, I will say women are not sleeping with themselves. They're sleeping with these men that are promoting promiscuity.
But whose value was inclined?
Yeah, of course, it's the ladies' value that's declining. But you know, the whole perspective of a woman's okay.
Yes, a deep conversation is even I'm feeling it.
Let's see. I'm trying to put it better because my mother watches this. A woman's sexual life is it's such a heavy, it's of so much value to a man.
No, so it's of so much value compared to a man's sexual life.
No, to a man compared to a man. You see how you're saying I'm invaluable, cannot me, but they're invaluable because they're promiscuous. So she's invaluable to you. And then also again, for a man, your sexual life, honestly, it's never really mattered. Let me just say that nobody cares about a man's sexual life. Because everyone looks at the woman because she's the one who's, the thing is, women are not sleeping with themselves. That schlong is entering a woman's hoo-ha.
I've waited for this. I didn't think you would give me this reaction this soon. But
literally, a schlong will enter a woman's hoo-ha. So men are not sleeping with themselves, women are not sleeping with themselves. I won't.
You're right.
Sadly, not say sadly, but yes, we have that community. But away from that community, we're putting about promiscuity between man and woman. And this promiscuity, I will say, women are not sleeping with themselves.
You're right, but you've also said something that you should think about twice as you say this statement.
Mm-hmm.
Women are not sleeping but with themselves, but you've said something very important. A lady's life
Social
matters
life,
more than a guy's. Simple. And that's generally the harsh reality.
Like, okay,
But
that's how it's seen by
is.
society.
By society, that's how it is. But even biblically, that's how it's always been. Though it doesn't make anything right, but it's a harsh reality. It's because the reason a lady's past matters, I think you can say, it's a lady's past matters more and a man's future matters more. That's simply how it is. This is the difference, and that people really do not see. This is the difference that people really do not see. Because I know as a lady, whatever you do now will affect you in the future. As a guy, whatever I do now can affect me to some extent, but not
okay. Both sides. Okay, I wouldn't say in relation to
this topic.
Your actions have consequences.
Of
And
course,
that's not to everyone.
All actions have consequences.
So think of, okay, will it matter in 5 years? That's the thing. Will it matter in 5 years? Will it matter by New Year's? Like now, next year? Will it matter when you're turning the next age? Will it matter when you're a grandfather? Like, some things, will it matter at a certain time?
Yes, it will.
That's what I'm saying. I'm putting it rhetorically.
Yeah. Now for you, it really will, and that's why femininity isn't the easiest topic to discuss, because most ladies look at it and like, oh no, but that's a double standard. Why do you guys get to have this double standard? It's the only double standard that men have against women. You guys have everything else. This is the only one we have, and it's a harsh reality. But I will say this. I'd say that femininity is a whole other topic in terms of how a lady should act and how should she be respectful, understand what she wants to do. And there's nothing wrong with ladies dreaming big. You can do whatever you want. Just know that
the sky is the limit.
The sky is the limit. Just know that there will be consequences and there will be things you'll be extremely grateful for. But with all actions have consequences. So you can be happy about it, you'll be the most successful lady in the world, but trust me, something else will come as you grow older. I won't get into it in this episode. But anyway, be respectful, be kindly learn to cook.
It's in the process.
Because
it's in the process.
The topic also becomes ladies aren't really taught how to take care of men, are they?
Oh yeah, actually that's. And I will say this, in that when boys are growing up, they are taught how to treat ladies.
Yeah.
And all. So the point where I've seen a quote where a mother, it's sad when a mother stops babying the kid, and now the father has to come in and take over to now make him be a man. Because of course the man wants to be there and just, chubby cheeks and everything. I want to cool you and everything and all. But still, the thing is, guys will be taught how to treat ladies. But sadly, we're never taught how to treat them. Let me tell you, I don't think I was taught. I wasn't taught. All I was taught is that just be kind to them. Like,
fear, man.
There's still a thing. Okay, literally, that's what we were told. As means you're told fear men, dress appropriately so that you don't give men the wrong idea. Don't keep conversations too friendly with men who you don't know. It was always be on guard.
It was always looked for on the scarier side than the positive side.
Which actually is.
Yeah.
It's valid.
Actually.
It's valid in that if things have been happening like now, this whole femicide and women being raped, our athletes being killed by their husbands, so much shit you get, and then there's just so much, and then body bags because your bodies have been cut by these Nigerian men and all. You get that's where now I get now that point. But growing up, you were never taught, treat them in kindness. They are human beings like you. Even though you want to keep them at arm's length, you don't have to be cruel to them.
Now, here's the thing, let me get into it. You said, she said something that I didn't think I would resonate with that much, but vice versa, you find that ladies are not really taught how to treat men, but men are taught how to treat ladies. And you see now the fear part. We are not really taught that, because I came to fear women as I grew older. You see, I came to fear women as I grew older, because I had to personally learn the tendencies that ladies have. In fact, if God blessed you with your mother to this day, trust me, most mothers will tell you the tendencies that they have as women. That's how it is. They know themselves, they know how other women are, and they will protect you from that. They will try their best to protect you from that. And let me tell you, if you don't have this conversation with your mother yet, kindly get to it.
This is guys or girls?
As a guy, if you don't have this conversation with your mother, she will tell you, oh yeah, treat ladies like this. You know, you have to be nice to them, be respectful, make sure you're taking her out on a date, make sure you buy her things that are pretty, make sure she enjoys the date, make sure you talk about this, have a good conversation when you move in with her, make sure you put the toilet seat up, make sure you leave it for her. Like, there's so much.
Up or down?
Leave it down for her or whatever. There's so much you'll be taught about ladies and how to treat them. But barely do you ever, okay, yes, your mother will teach you, but rarely do mothers ever just say, you know what? Fear women. I'm a little fear women. Why do I want you to fear women? Because I'm a woman myself. Let me tell you, you will be lied to sometimes, you'll be manipulated, you'll be used,
There's so much.
There's so much that mothers know, because they're ladies themselves, that they really try and tell their sons, but so maybe either you guys aren't listening, or
you guys are not close,
or you're not told at the right age. You see, here's the thing. Actually, this is now a personal story. I've always been taught, oh, treat ladies nicely, which is okay. I know how to perfectly treat a lady in any way. So my point is, I was taught this at a young age. Yeah, be polite, be like this. You can't do that because she's a girl. She's a young lady. You're not supposed to do this and that. And then I, being myself, started researching more, started learning more, started listening to more podcasts, and I came to learn, there's a huge sign that they don't tell us about ladies, and why don't we get to know this? So I came to learn more and just sit down and study your species.
Yeah, apparently,
for a while.
Apparently, it's making a book about us, guys. Main character
is crazy.
Nah,
Main character. We'll see. But I generally had to sit down and analyze it. And then once I had personally learned this myself, I think I was literally 15, 16. This is when I started changing. It was insane. 15, 16. Let me tell you, I started having these conversations with my mother. It was like, yeah, that's true. You didn't know that? Like, yeah, ladies will do that. I'm like, my whole life, you've never taught me this. What if I was 28 and then I get heartbroken at TC3?
No, the thing is, again, you asked your mom for such things. So if a man doesn't feel like he can actually talk to his mom about some things, I think I know guys who are actually not close to their moms.
You don't know.
For one
look
person,
for your brother.
For one reason or another.
That's what I say. Look for your brother. That experience.
The brother will your brother will know the experience and all.
If he's going through it, he'll know.
But still, I feel like I want to say this, that on both ends, try and rekindle your relationship with your parents. Like, if it's bad, I get. But come on, the attitude from you, Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa as a guy, it really isn't it. Because why would you treat your parents like shit? Like, yes, they provide for everything, and they could be nagging about it. I know, I think for them nagging is them caring, sadly. And, okay, not sadly, but unfortunately. And the nagging gets to you a lot of the times. But if you take the nagging out on them, and you have, Kwanzaa as a guy, you're taking it out on them, do you know how... It comes off very bad. And the whole thing is that you want to get this advice from both your dad and your mom, because the times you'll actually go through, you actually have to talk to them about some things.
Your mother will tell you the harsh reality about the world more than your father will.
More than your dad. That's actually true. Your mom will actually tell you. Actually, my dad also tells me some stuff, and I'm like, hey, okay, hold, press the brakes. Someone slow down.
Yeah, but the reason I say, if you're not from your mother, you learn it yourself, or from your brothers, or you watch the Infinite podcast and you learn more about it.
From both of us. Yeah, as he laughs, from both of us, me in capital letters with extra exclamation marks.
Trust me, you learn a lot. There's so much. on this topic, it's insane. I can't even go into it fully, but femininity, ladies, just learn to cook, please. Like,
But you know what? Still, the thing is, of the 300 girls he knows, it's just 2 of us who can't. So I don't know how the 2 of us are being such. It's affected him how the 2 of us can't cook. And
no, because
298 people can cook.
Yeah, which is good. It just shows me that.
And the thing is, I can at least, I'll make the salad.
No, I've come to the
I'll make the breakfast.
Some of
I'll
this stuff
set the table.
is biological. The way they act or the way they are is very biological, and there's nothing wrong with that. You have to learn to come to accept it. The same way we discussed how, very materialistic, there's something you just have to come and accept. You're like, checky, ladies are materialistic. It's either I shape up or they shape me up. They'll twanga you, they'll beat you, they'll take your wallet, take all your cash, you'll be left dry.
So the guy who his cash was taken, was like 50 bands.
Whose cash was taken?
We're not mentioning names, but
yeah,
you remember.
It was 100 plus.
It was 100 plus.
It was 100 plus. It was crazy. What? Why did I just remember that story? No, what? All seriousness, guys. Hey, this episode has been long.
But it's been good.
It's been good. I feel like we've spoken a lot. I feel like at the same time there's been knowledge to it. If you literally leave here with nothing, you're the airhead. I'm sorry, you are the airhead.
Well done.
It's not even funny, but yeah. You know what? I think for me, I'm done. Like Kicho now. I can feel my head just being like, anyway. Anything you want to say before we decide to finish up? Anything you think we've left out? Anything?
How do you feel about men being in their feminine era?
Gay. I saw this video yesterday, and my wife told me to be more in tune with my feminine side.
You mean the kind that stop talking to her for the entire day?
My wife told me to be more in tune with my feminine side, so I crashed the car and I ignored her for no reason. Like, anyway, generally.
No, but seriously, I do feel like there are men in the feminine era, like, to this, my age mates. Some of them are too much.
Define in your feminine era.
Why are you being sassy as a man? I will believe being sassy is being feminine. Because you give me, there's some things you like, why the whole thing I expect, it's 24. No one can approach me. The thing is, it's something that I can compliment you and make it seem like I have sort of made the first move. But literally, it's just that I've complimented you. Now it's your turn to now actually make the first move now that I've complimented you. But seriously, it's the whole thing, it's 2024. Men can do it too. Why do I have to do this also? Why can't you do this for me? And I'm like, what happened to actually men, okay, not really men chasing women, but the pursuit, literally the pursuit and the effort. To this day, it's like, why can't she also do this? Because why can't she also text first? Why do I have to always text first? Why can't she send me money? Why can't she pay for the Uber? Why? And I'm like, feminine era, guys. If you ask us why we're wearing the pants, it's because of such things. Because it's that thing for even feminine era in that when you're around, his brain is turned off when mine is supposed to be turned off. It's that thing for when a guy is around, the aura, his aura,
I remember,
should just make you just, now the airhead keeps putting. Now that's when you're the perfect airhead. You don't know left from right. You don't know the time. You don't know where you're going. You're just being directed. That's time not to be an airhead proper.
That's how it should be.
But now today, why are you not being an airhead? Why am I not directing you and everything? It's so
Yeah.
Because you're literally, like I said, sassy feminine men. There's no point.
What do I think about that? I think that, guys, not many people understand this, but masculinity is important for you and for your own mental health. And trust me, the people around you will really benefit from it. For me, I'd say this: if you're not willing to take care of the people around you, be in your feminine era as a guy.
True.
Yeah. Draw too in the future when your wife leaves you. That's on you. That's a you problem.
It's because you want to be feminine. You want to be her. And something is that the more masculine a guy is, the more feminine a woman will become.
That's natural. That's extremely natural.
Yeah, in that, yes, she is feminine, but the moment she actually sees the testosterone in him. Okay, no, that sounds so bad, but
It's true.
literally that it clicks that now I can actually now be a girly girl. You get, like, I can actually just be at peace, go wear cute outfits. But if now we're both giving feminine, actually, we're both giving feminine, and it's just that now, because you're also giving feminine, I have to, because you don't feel like, I'm not saying like you want to take charge of anything. It's now me, because honestly, firstborns, if nothing is consistent and in control, you instinctively take control and you do the things, because it's just in us to just not take control, but be in lead of something, because you're used to it at home, because you have been like the secondary parent.
Interesting. I'll say this to what you've said about that. I will say no, I find it funny. I find it funny that the men are in the feminine era. Like, yo, I don't know what's going on with you guys, but I will
I
say this.
know. It's disappointing.
As the guy, you have to be ready to take care of her emotions, take care of your emotions, take care of everything that's going on in her life, and still deal with the shit that's going on in your life, because that's how it should be. That's sorry, but that's the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum.
Actually, I have a story to that. It's so short. So I have a friend who was dating this guy. Of course, let's say, he wasn't bad looking. I think he was okay, and he had the looks, the hair. Okay, guys who have like hair, like they're actually a man bun, everything, because of your genes, like you're literally of another ethnicity and all. But how much a guy looks good on the outside, many a times, the ones who are now the most sassiest and the most in their feminine side. I will say that, because the things he was saying, it was so questionable. It's the whole, why can't you tell me I love you first? This man was saying this stuff. He was like, why can't you say I love you first? Or they've been an argument, and it's, you know how guys always like, she's always bringing arguments to the thing, is like she always wants to argue. This man was one who was bringing arguments on a daily. He'd come back, bring arguments from the previous day, or like the previous week, and then after all of that, he'd be like, tell me you love me. As in, like, it was, at one point, I would say that it was so gaslighting and manipulative, because you can't, after bringing up arguments which make no sense, or like due to insecurities of your own, you ask her if she still loves you at the end. What is that, guys?
That's an interesting.
Is that, like, what is that? Because it's so shit. Cause I'm like, where have we reached as guys? Like, not we, but where have you all reached as guys?
I was going to say this, but you find that you said something very interesting. It's always the most, I don't know, use the word attractive, because that's very sus.
Of late, that's what I'm gonna say.
It's always as a guy, you have to learn to communicate one or another. It's either you're funny, it's either you're smart, or you're doing something in your life, or you just look good. Simple. Which is okay. Though, as I think I brought this up earlier, though, anyway, you find it's the prettiest ladies with guys who wanna cast you. But as a guy, how you look isn't important. It's a matter of
It is. It is.
Trust me.
To me, okay, not everyone. Let's put it in different
We'll have this conversation
we'll come back to, but yes.
5 years.
Mm-hmm. 5 years.
And trust me, we'll come back to this in 5 years. But
I think he's praying upon my downfall.
I'm not praying upon our downfall. I'm just saying it for how it is. You find that, sorry to say, most ladies don't care, because you have something to provide one or another. So guys, work on yourself, continue doing that, and you'll be okay. You'll be Gucci, because I have a story. I know a guy, I know a lady actually, and then this lady, I was talking to this guy. Obviously, both very attractive.
That's good, but okay.
That's what I'm saying. But anyway, both very attractive. And then the lady comes to me and she's complaining. She's like, I told her this. I told him this, and this, and it was a very deep part of my life. And he responded with dang.
Or okay, or thumbs up, or eight. I'm like,
see,
where is the acknowledgement?
You see, you find that if one has always been used to, one has always been used to using their looks for one reason or another, they'll never be able to communicate as well as most people will. There's some who will communicate both, be good at both. There's some who will generally will not. And that's, I think if you ask me, that's the majority you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But God, I know God has a plan to bring me the finest man in my eyes. With personality, communication.
May she continue to
Emotion-
manifest. Check it.
emotional
Boyfriend
maturity.
day, Peter Jana. If you're still single, that's on you. That's a you problem.
You know what? This is just. I'm gonna keep quiet.
What should I discuss? Check it.
And with that,
As a guy, you're on the grind. Keep these females away. Kindly keep them away.
and after this, on the grind, even you guys just stay low. Just wait for them to finish, and you just come in, you just pop up one day, like, oh, I just saw your car outside. Is that yours? We should go for lunch.
Just so you what?
Like let's say, I'm saying as you guys on the grind, I'll like even ask Chiles, it's time to hibernate till they finish their grind. Then once they pop out from that economical,
You'll be too old, but okay.
Hey. I know we encourage each other, but still, because they'll be older than us.
Yeah.
They'll be older than us. They'll be older than us. As we hibernate a bit. Not so too long.
Ulikata 36-year-old last.
But uliona vile leka.
Ulikata
Uliona vile leka.
Two phones and that's why people that's on you. That's a you problem.
That's not
so
a
by the
me
time
problem.
the people
I
who are
actually
us
take-
will be old, mutakuwa mmezeeka, no thank you.
Either way.
Expired.
That was the guy who was asked, how old are you? 24.
Expired. Yeah. Expired. Like
Either way, hibernate, then I mean, okay, actually that's being so materialistic, but literally it's like bad advice. Or just look at their bands,
or
and then G-Wagon,
as a lady just look for that person now.
and then
You can't
McLaurin.
charge me anymore. As a lady just look
Just
for that
say
person
hi.
now. In fact,
He said we go look for them right now.
do you please?
That's what I'm repeating what you said. I'm not saying that.
That's what I'm saying. Kindly do that. Kindly. Yeah. In fact,
I'm in school chasing my degree. So
chase your degree. Don't worry, you'll finish it. 4 years later.
you make it sound so bad.
Expired.
You know what? I'm still beyond the age. The not age.
Expired.
No.
Expired. I'm so grateful to be a man. Oh my goodness.
Either way.
Yeah. It's gonna be a hard journey for all of us guys, but if you ask me, that's the end of this episode. Hey, we've talked. It's not very funny.
Just remove the unnecessary parts.
No, we've talked, but it's okay. Everything is necessary. Everything I have to say is necessary.
No, I know the
Yeah,
part was
yeah.
irrelevant.
Everything I have to say is necessary. I don't know about you.
I know I can't flip.
You can't?
I can't.
You can't flip what? Oh, she's thinking she can. Chicken is cold. Chicken is cold.
No!
Sure.
No,
I'm
don't
not
say
even
that.
Chicken is, if you know, you know. Chicken is cold. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching the Infinite Podcast. Make sure to
Like, follow.
follow on YouTube. Una follow nani YouTube. Guys, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a comment down below, tell us what you think, and you know what? If you made it this far, shout out to you. You are not a TikTok brainer. You don't have the attention span of the rest of your peers. Shout out, lots of love to you. And anything else I want to say? Anything else you want to say?
No.
Thank you for watching the Infinite Podcast. Peace.
Bye.